So let me turn it over to Zach and Zach Poskevich.
Well, first off, I just want to go on record and say I don't have a teleprompter. But I did bring an iPad, so I'll do the best I can. How many of you have told somebody, or maybe you've been told, that if you don't vote, you don't have the right to complain? Well, I think all of us here have voted, and all of us here are complaining. But most importantly, all of us are disgusted with Washington. So what's wrong? What's wrong is we're voting for the wrong people. We shouldn't be surprised of the actions taken by the elitists, the deal makers, or the weak-hearted. We must vote for a we the people candidate. I decided I can no longer complain if I'm not going to put my cell phone back. I appreciate you guys allowing me to come and talk to you today. My name is Zach Poskevich, and I'm running for the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate. I try to keep this very brief, but I want to share who I am and what I stand for, and why I believe that Bob Corker must be defeated in 2012. I've been married to my wife, Lenore, for 11 years. We have a 10-year-old daughter who was named after President Reagan. I served in the U.S. Army in Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. I've worked in the private sector. My specialty is achieving high efficiency in government and business processes through performance management. I've managed a multi-million-dollar budget. I haven't overspent. You know why? Because I can make tough decisions. I believe this experience equips me well to handle our spending problems in Washington. Our issue with Bob Corker and other elected officials is their lack of courage. Their unwillingness to stand on principle, to stand for the Constitution, and to uphold their oath of office. Courage is defined as to act in accordance with one's belief, in spite of criticism. Therefore, courage is always standing on your principle and doing the right thing for the right reason. Courage is standing with the Constitution and not trying to find ways around it. Courage is standing for right because that means that you stand for what's wrong. Courage is not defined as cowardice, seeking self-interest, or self-indulgence. Therefore, courage is not analyzing the calls that come to your congressional office to decide whether you should vote yes or no on a bill. Courage is not compromising on your principles and then misrepresenting the contents of the bills or the motives that you had when you were in Washington. Courage is not being all things to all people. Courage is not being politically correct. Courage is not standing for wrong today in hopes of standing for right tomorrow. It's time to stand for right. And the Tea Party, members of the House, they were the bump on the legislative road. But what we need is a constitutionalist in the driver's seat, so that we can steer our course back to constitutional government and give the power back to the people. Individual freedoms can only be guaranteed when all of us realize that our rights are endowed upon us by our Creator. To deny there is an almighty God allows our government to believe that they are the source of those freedoms and liberties. In response to the relevance of the Constitution, and whether or not there would be something more modern, should it be pursued, here's a statement that I summarized because it was quite long, but I really enjoyed it. It's by Calvin Coolidge, July 5th, 1926. This is a summary. To deny the truth and the soundness of the Constitution, the only direction that you can proceed is backward. Backward when there was no equality. There were no individual rights, and there was no rule of the people. Therefore, those that want to move in that direction cannot lay claim to progress. They are not more modern. They are reactionary. They are more ancient than the days of our revolutionary fathers. America is on the move. The failures by this administration and the so-called conservatives has been the catalyst. It has driven many patriots from an apathetic, uncaring position to an active participant in the discussion about the direction of our country. We should and we must celebrate every success. Yes, there's work to do. But we must celebrate, and most importantly, we must thank God. So why am I running? I'm running because I'm deeply concerned about our country. If we the people like you and me, if we won't step forward and run or support those that do, by voting in the primaries and through volunteerism and monetary donations, then we will continue to give the choices at the ballot box year after year until our country is destroyed. I'm running because I believe that as an American, we have been given a gift from God. To actively participate in our government and decide who our leaders are is truly a gift from God. And it cannot be wasted. It must not be taken for granted. We must use it for good. I'm running because our elected officials are turning against our founding principles. They're degrading our personal liberties. They're infringing our state rights. And they're stealing my daughters, your children, and your grandchildren's future. I'm running because Bob Corker has violated the Constitution. And he has violated our founding principles. And he's violated the trust of Tennesseans. We must hold Bob Corker accountable. When the going got tough, Bob Corker turned his back on the free market. In doing so, he turned his back on Tennesseans by voting for the TARP and other stimulus bailouts. Bob Corker demonstrated his lack of courage when he voted for the Budget Control Act of 2011. Folks, countries have collapsed when their debt has surpassed 100% of their GDP. Today, America's debt is 100% of our GDP. Bob Corker has jeopardized our national security. He didn't stand up for America. He sat down when he ratified the New START Treaty with Russia. Bob Corker doesn't believe in separation of powers as outlined in our Constitution, and I know that because he voted for the Presidential Appointment, Efficiency, and Streamlining Act.
Yes.
Bob Corker's influence on the Financial Reform Act, although he voted against it, the reports are that Bob Corker was very instrumental in its passage. Bob Corker has infringed our state rights by giving Tennessee land to the federal government. That was just recently celebrated a couple weeks ago. Him and Lamar were excited about it. Holding Bob Corker accountable. Either you believe in our biblical foundation, the Constitution of the United States, our founding principles, checks and balances within our government, and holding our elected officials accountable, or you don't. If you do, then you would have to agree that Tennessee deserves better. Our belief in God and the Constitution obligates us to hold Bob Corker accountable for his abuses and violations. If we want to change the outcome, we have to change our approach. If Bob Corker is elected again, what freedoms will we lose? Will he vote for the UN, with the UN, on the small arms treaty? Can we afford to find out? We must surround and support the candidate now. Waiting will only secure a win for Bob Corker. We must begin today to build a coalition representative of we the people across this state. I need your support. Spiritually, I need your prayers. Physically, I need your volunteerism. And I need you to set up host or meet Zach events in your neighborhoods, your cities, your counties. And monetarily, I need your donations. Join me, and together we can make Bob Corker a one-term senator. I encourage you to go to zachforsenate.com. Sign up for our email newsletter. You can also do that in the back today on the sheet. To get involved, check out our Action Center. To donate, navigate to the donate page. Also, we're on Twitter, so please follow us on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, like us on Facebook. And we are generating YouTube videos because we want to get the word out to people. So do what you can. Any combination of these actions are extremely vital, and I appreciate any support that you can provide. God bless you. God bless your family. May God bless this campaign. And most importantly, may God bless the United States. That's all I have. I try to keep it short and sweet. I enjoy opening discussion. Take some questions if you have time.